Can I take? Do I take this rack off? Is that fit left rack?
Every rack has to come off.
They're all. I mean, they're all off. It's naked. He said hit X. Square bales. What does that do? Work position. Okay, I'll try that. That's right, Con. You're correct. Though for some reason it wouldn't let you say that. I can't imagine why. Okay, there we go. I'm under it now. That's right, Foxel. Q attach. Okay, there we go. So I got water now. And I'm just going to back up and give it to the cows. And I probably am going to have to get more because it's pretty low. That's this button. Ooh, I missed the trough. There we go. Where were we? We were getting this from that spring, weren't we? While you're cleaning up, I'm going to go get some more.
There's a spring?
Yeah, it costs money, but we've got money, so it's not a huge deal.
It's so weird that you have to pay to, like, pull out of a ditch.
Right.
I can understand paying to get it from, like, you know, a more legitimate water source, you know, like a hydrant or something, but you shouldn't have to pay to pull it out of a ditch.
Right, I know. Though in this case, I don't think we're doing that. I don't. It's actually just a spigot. Like there's no water around it. Kind of saying these tanks are really picky about being picked up, so it is normal for that. The problems that I'm having to have those problems. Did that make sense? It's normal to have the problems that I'm having to have problems having problems having.
You feeling okay?
No. Tired. I slept all day. That wasn't a good thing. I had a, you know, I've got projects that I'm pretty much finished with now, and I've got I'm just kind of waiting for the next group to start, which is good because I got some work coming in, but there's nothing like concrete right now. I got to go to Seattle in 2 weeks. I've got hang on, how do I load this? There we go. What else is happening? I have to go to I got a big house shoot next week. And so anyway, there's stuff going on, but I just, like, the last couple of days there hasn't been a whole lot. So today I got up and went and had a meeting with someone, and then I, like, with a guy from my church, and then I came back home and slept for another like 2 hours. And then woke up and actually got some work done. We have wet crop this morning. It's going to start snowing. Sorry, I just chewed a cough drop. I got yelled at for doing that the other day. I try not to.
Yeah, it's your stream.
All right, have a good night, Lorna. We'll see ya.
Quitter.
She has to, well, they're in the UK. Don't forget it's like midnight over there.
I don't care.
She has school kids.
Wanna go?
Yes. Lorna. I guess Lorne can be a guy's name. I've never heard a guy named Lorna.
Is she playing with you?
Well, she's watching the stream. She's going to bed now, though. What's up, Jazz Harry? Conwolf says, let's see, hang on. What else are we missing? Oh, hey, what's up, Gator? How's it going, buddy? Sat around all day doing a whole lot of nothing but playing around with Gold Rush. Yeah, that's another game that I haven't done squat with lately, man. I haven't. I even bought the DLC and I haven't even tried it yet. There's just too many games going on right now. All right, there's that. So we've dropped that off. How's the clean? Oh, you got it all clean. Look at you.
Trying to.
Trying, yeah, right. That's another place where a JCB would be a good deal, you know. Like that skid steer, so. You said map.
Like this is.
Kind of like a
Planet packs.
Like this what this is.
I don't know, I guess it's full.
I don't know,
can't-
John. Snowflake. Whoops.
I think we need to start
You had it wrong.
cleaning before we do
It's a
silage.
dragon.
What do you mean, like?
Well, there's just nowhere to put the grass in here.
It'd probably be water something.
Oh, it's not. You're not able to put any in because it's saying it's full.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe make a pile somewhere in the. I guess I don't know. They finally made it so you could fill a bucket with a hose. Yes, that's true.
On what?
Now Gator's looking at a Jeep. Gator, don't you have a 4Runner? I mean, it's why don't you, or a RAV4?
One of those hit my truck one time.
Just use that.
Destroyed it.
Smush. What's up, Tech Junkie? My goodness, Gator. You switch cars every 2 days. That's okay. That's what teenagers do. Or whatever they like. They switch it. It's like you're like Ryan with guitars. He buys a guitar and then 2 days later he returns it. That's okay if it's front-wheel drive. You don't
gotta find that one.
That's right.
It's all about that one.
The one what?
Every musician has it.
Oh, the guitar?
They gotta find the instrument.
Right.
They'll go through 1,000 guitars that all look the same until they find
It's
the
true.
one.
But each one's different. It's the truth. Each guitar is different. I can verify that, especially when it comes to acoustics. You can pick up, like, I was looking at Martin HD28s, and I played so many of them, I found like 3 of them that I liked out of maybe like 40 that I played. They just each sound different. Because it's, it's wood, so you're dealing with a very, the material changes from guitar to guitar, so each one sounds a little bit different. You got to find ones that work best. I like front-wheel drive, too. Window capture or monitor capture? I'm using OBS, and it does, I think I'm setting on monitor capture. Gosh, I don't know. Let me check real quick. Hang on, I'll look. It's going to go out to the. It's set to desktop capture. I'm sorry, display capture is that's what I have it set to, and it captures whatever's on my display. So it usually works. It works with most games. Doesn't work with all games though. Rear-wheel drive for the win. Well, if you got a racing or sport car, rear-wheel drive is the way you want to go. But for everyday use, front-wheel drives.
Do we need to throw a straw bale in here?
Yeah, we probably. Well, what does it look like in our menu? Let me take a look real quick here. Oh, you hate using display capture. Yeah, I know. But some games work with it, some games don't. We're gonna run out of grass. See, it was weird. You couldn't dump. Yeah, you couldn't dump it in, but it's saying that we're full or we're almost out. So
I think it's because instead of putting grass in first, we put in silage and it filled up all the available space.
Yeah, that's possible. What are we gonna do about grass? Because it just disappears. Oh well, I guess we just won't have grass. We'll give it to them in the winter, and then they can't have it in the summer. Hey, what's up, Tech Junkie? The kids and I are doing fine. The kids got back home from their moms today. They'll be here through the weekend until Tuesday, so we're going to have some fun. That is truly some of the greatest rally cars of all time were front-wheel drive. So we have the cows watered, cleaned, and fed for the day. Now we're just going to hang out at the mill. I'm going to run down with the bigger tractor and get a wood, not a wood chipper, but a grinder so we can clean up those stumps. Yeah, it's display now instead of monitor, right? They change it. Yeah, it's been a while, Tech Junkie. September, my goodness. That's a long while. I got to find my way down to the El Chapo. Gonna drop this off. Did we get a pallet overnight? Yes, we did. We got a pallet ready for you when you have a chance, Kyle.
All right.
Hey, man, I think we're gonna make. It's probable that we're gonna make about $30,000 a day. So that's good news, right?
All winter long.
All winter long. Yeah, well, busy happens, and that's okay. Life comes before stream watching.
Where do we put the straw bale?
There's no straw in the barn?
Well, it's in there, but it's low. I
I
just don't
mean,
remember.
we didn't keep too many. It doesn't look like they need it yet, though. So I'd say just leave it for now.
All right.
We'll put it as they get when it gets low, like to the red. We'll put it in. Kyle Franz, you are exactly 42 minutes late. That's how late you are. I can't go down there. Okay.
Oh, you're fired.
Who, me? What'd I do?
No, Kyle Franz for being 46 minutes late or whatever.
A Jeep TJ manual Sahara trim 4x4. There you go. See, Lee just stays up. He stays up all night, so. What time is it there now in sunny England? Is it midnight? 12:30, I'm assuming, right? No, you're 5 hours ahead, so is it 2? Wait, what time is it over?
The sunny England? It's never sunny there.
I know, it isn't. I know. It's the irony.
All right, I can't do this with the steering wheel.
Okay.
That's a tough transition to try to go from keyboard to all of a sudden steering wheel.
Wait, Foxel, what car did you find, man?
What is this?
Oh, yep, I stopped dating her. She's nice, but she just, actually, she texted me tonight. She got a job. She was looking to get a job down here in Medina just because it was a better job. And she texted me and I said, hey, I did end up getting the job. And I was like, that's cool. But she just,
Congrats.
it didn't, let's see, why do I have, hang on. Let's see, I have an OIJ. Chrysler. People stop all the time wanting to buy or you refuse to sell. I would too, man. Oh, wait, I missed the shop. Dang it. Sorry, here we go. I'm getting a lot of... I don't know. It is funny. I have a lot of people from Germany and a lot of people from England that watch. Now, the Germans usually are in bed by now, so they don't watch the streams necessarily, but they watch YouTube. This map is Lossberg, Kyle.
I know. Just kidding.
Oh, it's got an i4 engine, yeah, inline 4. Yeah, I always go to bed. I'm usually in bed by 1 o'clock, maybe 1:30. I don't stay up much later than that. She's gone. No, well, I didn't date her for too long. No, she didn't ruffle my feathers. She was. I'll try to explain the whole thing. Hang on. I did, Jeremy. We did photography together. And obviously we lived together for 20 years, so we did stuff together all the time. She liked to go for rides. You know, we found things to do. I'm pressing the wrong buttons here. So, but not a ton, but we did have a lot in common. And so, yeah, I did. And that's why it's hard, because it's like now it's just, you know, we had the same sense of humor, my ex-wife and I did. And so we liked a lot of the same, you know, TV shows, comedy, stuff like that. So I just need somebody that's like that, you know. Oh, the inline 6. Actually, though, you know what? The inline 6 is a great engine, the 4.0 liter. I had that in my Jeep, and it was really powerful. I had like 250 horsepower, I think.
Oh my gosh! Of course, this tree was the longest one here. I fell that tree that was in my way.
Oh yeah.
Thinking it was just like gonna fall right into the thing and just get sucked in, but it's like huge, like 100 feet tall.
Oh my gosh. Let's see. All right, so we're gonna buy this. Yep. So I bought a chopper. I'll get the chopper.
Get to the chopper.
I'll get to the chopper. So yes, it was a 2.5 liter. Oh. Yeah, so I don't know. I like the girl. So here what happened was this. I felt like we didn't have a lot in common. You know, she has to work super early in the morning. So she would get up at 6 and go to bed at 9. And I'm like, I get up at 9 and go to bed at you know, 1 or 2 in the morning. So it's like I'm just getting started when she's going to bed, you know, and it's just like I figured it just wasn't a good matchup. It was hard. And then she was always sick. Like, yeah, you guys remember, like I tried to get her to go on a date, and then she'd be like, "Oh, I can't tonight. I'm not feeling well." She was just always not feeling well, and I'm like, I don't have time for this. Not being mean or anything, but I was like, you know, I need to. This is just not working out, you know.
Need someone that's actually going to participate.
Yeah, I felt like that. I felt like I could never tell exactly where she was, so. Ooh, that's cool. Half plow, half tree chump stopper. Make life a little bit easier. But yeah, so anyway, I ended up just, you know, letting it go. I was like, yeah, I'm just not, I don't, it's not you, it's me. So it was hard. Yeah, I wanted, and I wanted something in common, and we just didn't have anything in common. It's like, you know, I like playing games. She likes making soap. So anyway, it was better off. I'm better off just being single. And I think in some ways too, I feel like I don't really necessarily. Gosh, I'm not lonely because I have, you know, my kids all the time, and no, because Forerunner, after I stopped like really pursuing her, she kept pursuing me for like literally 2 or 3 weeks. Like, do you want to do something? Like, what's going on? How come we're not doing stuff? Like, don't you want to do something? And I'm like, no.
No, go away.
Yeah. No, not like that. Like I said, I liked her. She was a nice person, but she wasn't my thing. So, you think the sick excuse, right? No, because then she would go out with me like a couple days later. So but she really did. She's got some kind of stomach thing, you know, and it's like I don't know. I got frustrated with it. So, well, apparently you need a lot more because my wife and I both were too, and it didn't seem to work out. So I always thought that was the case too, Jeremy, but after living it for 20 years, I think that there might be more involved. You need a little bit of magic there. Maybe not. Depends on the people. Wow, you got that cut really low. How did you do that?
I crouch and then I look down. And I get that little blue ring that the lower edge of it is along the ground.
I mean, the stock motor Forerunner, man, for that Jeep that I had was 250 horsepower or 230 maybe. It was it had a lot of horsepower. It wasn't. I didn't have to do anything to it. I did end up putting a K&N filter in it that gave it a little bit of a boost, maybe 3 or 4 horsepower, but it was fast. I mean, I would. I did so many bad things in that Jeep, and that motor just would keep going. Like it just. I think when I finally sold it, it had almost 200,000 miles on it. But I would race people in like 6-cylinder, you know, whatever the Pontiac Firebird or whatever, the 6-cylinder. I raced one of those times until he killed the guy, and then I raced a Camaro once and beat him, 6-cylinder. It was so fast. It was an inline 6. It was the inline 6. I'm not sure. I think it was a 4. It was a 4 liter. It wasn't a 2.4 liter. It was a 4 liter. So. My dream machine, like what kind of car would I get if I could have any car? Man, I honestly probably would want a Porsche convertible, like a 1980s Porsche convertible. 911, obviously.
The old Volkswagen.
The old Volkswagen. That's right, and that's true. Actually, it really is. They are Volkswagens. Do we have what's up, Colano? Well, hey, Kyle, did we have any tree stumps where we cut that tree down? I'm going to go take a look.
Where we cut what down?
Gator, gosh, I think it was a 95. That where we cut all those the tree down that we're using right now to mince.
That was up by field 26.
All right, I'm going to head up there.
Along that diagonal section.
Yeah. Was it one tree? We cut a couple trees down, didn't we?
Cut down like 4.
Okay. So I would say like a 1985 Porsche 911 convertible, manual transmission, 6-speed. Man, I would love that. I don't really like. I mean, I'd like something that's quick, but I don't want something that's fast. And because the problem is you can't drive them anywhere. Like, as soon as you drive a car like that, you're going to get a ticket. So it's like I would rather have something that's speedy, that's quick, that's fun to drive, but it doesn't have to be like a 1,000,000-mile-an-hour car. It just needs to be quick, you know, something that I can take down on the back roads here in Medina and just kind of, you know, whip around the corners and stuff and have fun. That to me would be a perfect car. And I want a convertible. I love convertibles. So, and I live in Ohio. I know it's not necessarily practical to have a convertible in Ohio, but I still want one.
Like having a convertible in England.
That's right. Every time I watch Top Gear, they're always talking about that. Like, why? Do we even want this? Because you can't even use it. That's it was a Cherokee Classic, if that helps. It was definitely 200 plus for sure. Let me take a look.
All right, so that tree's on the pile. So we got enough. We got enough wood to go, you know, 3 or 4 more days.
Okay. One second here, folks. Yeah, Pure Farming is almost ready to come out. It looks great. And I'm excited about that. I think it's going to be a good release, hopefully, for us. Yeah, it's true. I use TeamSpeak. Super Bowl? What's that? Winter Olympics.
Puppy Bowl.
Yeah, my son Ryan loves the Fox body. He's a huge fan of the Fox body. I don't really like Mustangs, to be honest with you. I had a lot of bad experiences with them as a teenager, like with friends' cars and having all kinds of breakdowns and stuff. I'm sure if they're taken well care of, they don't have the problems that these guys had, but we were always stranded. My one friend, his mom, to make matters worse, my one friend's mom had one of the 4-cylinder Mustangs. It was a convertible. It was so bad. It was so bad. All right, we'll see you later, Colano. Have a good night. I mean, just awful. It was the worst car ever. Oh my gosh. I mean, you could beat it with a bicycle. It was so bad. But the Fox bodies were great cars. They really were. And that was a I think that was, well, it was still a Fox body, but it was like an 85 or 86 or something like that. So it was still, it was when they had like the wire rim hubcaps. Like, come on. Like, it's the worst possible Mustang you could buy. I think that's back when cars lasted like 2 years. You bought a car every 2 years, you know. Oh my gosh, it's got almost 80,000 miles on it. We got to get rid of it. Remember that? Remember those days, Kyle?
No.
You said too young for that, huh?
Well, I mean, like for me, like when I was experiencing vehicles, I was experiencing farm vehicles, which you drive those and
forever.
wheels fall off, you
Yeah,
put the wheels
true.
back on and you keep going.
Yep. And some of them lasted anyway, but I know, like, you know, back then, it's like the Chevy Citation. Oh. I think we had that car for like a year and a half. The seats would melt. I'm not familiar with the difference. Let's see. TJs have a locking diff, whereas the YJ has a okay, leaf spring and no locking diff. So the TJs are kind of like the off-road tough guy Jeep. I'm not familiar with the TJ terminology. I've never heard of that before. So I've always heard of YJs, but I've never heard of it. There you go. 1970 Chevelle, big block. 454. That's a pretty beefy truck. Car, I mean, truck. My friend's brother had a really nice Chevelle SS that he was driving drunk and wrapped around a tree. It's great. Had to have broke both his legs. Had to have his jaw wired shut. So he had to drink his Thanksgiving dinner through a straw. Let that be a lesson to you. Don't drink and drive.
Or do, and, you know.
Or do, and yeah, wreck your Chevelle SS and kill someone on the way. Oh, yeah. Ford Escort, 300,000 miles. Well, you know what? Ryan's got that Escort wagon in the driveway. That thing has only got 80,000 miles on it, but it's a 98, and it's still running. So some of them just run forever. Some of those. The Escort was newer 80s. Those are horrible. Some of those Escorts were horrible. In fact, my friend's father worked at a Ford dealership. I can never find the road back to this place. Where is it?
Drive straight. You're, like, on it.
Okay, all right. Oops, wrong button. Crap, what happened?
You teleported.
Crap.
To the wrong vehicle.
How did I... What button did I press? I didn't... Wait. Her. He was an 82. When I first met my ex-wife, she was driving a Dodge Omni which was like the wannabe Ford Escort. And every time you turn left, the car would stall. So you'd have to like slam it into neutral and then turn, and then start it, and then put it back into drive again. That thing was such a turd. Oh. Yeah, they're so expensive now. A lot of those dream cars are just not cheap anymore, man. Yeah, I don't really have a like I said, generically, I would like a Porsche 911 convertible, but I'm not. That's not like, I don't know. I don't really have a like I've always wanted this car type thing. I'll tell you what, I really like the oh my gosh, the 124 Spider by Fiat. It's basically a Mazda Miata that's been transformed into an Italian sports car, and I love that car. It's so good looking, with the black bonnet and stuff. Man, is it cool! But you know, and they're not that expensive. They're about $30,000 new. So I don't know. But then you're dealing with, you know, Fiat's quality, you know, which is, I think Fiat's like at the bottom of the most reliable cars list, like as the least reliable car ever in history. So, but yeah, well, have you seen one though, 8Runner? Like, go check it out. Check out the Grand Tour. Look up Grand Tour Fiat 124 Spider review, and you're gonna fall in love with that car. I'm telling you. I do like small cars, yeah, and I'm a big guy, so I don't really fit in them. That's the thing that would keep me from buying that car, is I would never be able to fit in it. So, speeding up time. So I'll never have one, but I really like the car. My son wants the Miata. He wants the new one with the hard top that folds. But yeah, I do like small cars. Wait, Helms Farmer, you were saying you have the VTEC 4.3. What car is that? I'm sorry, I missed the first part of that. So, VTEC 4.3, is that you're talking about the Ford Windstar? Weight surgery time, right? Yeah, I need the weight taken off my legs, because the problem is I can't get my legs under the steering wheel. It's too freaking big. I can fit in the car. I've actually driven a Miata, a couple Miatas, but it's just really hard to get my legs under the steering wheel. And then when I'm sitting there, my head is twisted to the side because the cabin is so low. It's just not a practical car. They're nice though, but. Yeah, I haven't gotten any snow yet with seasons, but it's coming on the map. Actually, it looks like it's going to be a pretty mild winter. What do you think, Kyle?
Maybe.
What's up, John? The fat guy in a little coat. Did you see Tommy Boy?
No.
Did you try to forget? Ouch, John. That kind of hurt. What's up, kiddo? John's real snuggly today. All right, Kyle, get to work. Do your thing. All right, John. You got to get down, honey. I can't run the tractor when you're sitting on my arm.
Can I go behind you?
Sure, kid. He wants to sit on the chair with me. Yeah, I love Tommy Boy. It's a great movie. Yeah, John? What? Oh, it's on the cover? Okay. Let's see. Get in a convertible. Move the back. Wait, move the back. Move what back? The seat back? No, the seats don't go back in the Miata, man. There's nowhere.
The seats are actually bolted in place in the Miata.
Yeah, they don't, it doesn't go back and forth. The Morris milk truck, is that the three-wheel car? Let's see. Morris milk truck. You housekeeping? It's oh, it's illegal to drive a car from the back seat in the UK.
All right, hold on. I just dropped it.
Oh, okay, hang on. I'll get it.
Otherwise I put it over
Okay. I don't want to know. I'm sure I've lost so much horsepower. The Soul is pretty peppy, though. I've been pretty happy with how peppy it is. This is Lossberg. It's a German map. Now, we've added in this facility. This is not the original facility. We've added it in. So, your enemies. Not anymore.